Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
Welcome to episode 441 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is the world's longest-running recruiting education podcast with over 440 helpful 15-minute episodes that give you recruiting advice on many recruiting topics. Throughout the hundreds of episodes, you will hear me say some phrases over and over again. Phrases like, recruit colleges to recruit you, or cast your net widely, or if there are 1,000 student athletes, there will be 1,000 different recruiting journeys. And I also say that Recruit Me will save you time, money, and anxiety. Today's episode will cover how Recruit Me and its free and inexpensive recruiting resources and tools will help to reduce your anxiety throughout the recruiting journey. This episode is both for the recruit and the family of the recruit. I don't promise that Recruit Me will get rid of all your anxiety over your recruitment, but I do know Recruit Me and the Athletic Scholarship Podcast can help you reduce anxiety. Let's find out how. Early anxiety may come from not knowing if you're playing for the right high school or club organization. A high-quality high school club or organization program is important and is a piece of the puzzle, but especially early in junior high and your high school freshman and sophomore years, they are not as important as you think. Most young student athletes and most sports are not getting recruited at 13, 14, or 15 years of age, especially for boys. Most athletes are not mature enough, or they haven't played or accumulated stats or metrics at a high competition level. There are exceptions, but most student athletes are not ready, and most college coaches aren't interested in a male that's 5'7", 135 pounds at this time. Female athletes do sometimes get recruited earlier because they do mature earlier. Recruit Me recommends you to really work on your game, your strength, and your skills, and do research and education on recruiting in colleges early in your high school years. So when you become recruitable, you are ready to contact college coaches. A hint about picking organizations is to find an organization where you can learn the game, play against good competition in your sport, and play at the right age level to prepare you for your go time. As you get into your go time, which is usually when you can fill out your player profile with impressive information, stats, metrics, size, accolades, and academics, then you can worry about your teams or your exposure in tournaments and games. I get asked many times, and I see, and it's mostly parents that fret about playing for the right organization for their son or daughter. They worry that as a 13, 14, or 15-year-old, that the student athlete needs to get exposure. Exposure should not be a reason at those ages to pick an organization. You can start to worry about your exposure mainly in your junior year of high school. Another cause of recruiting anxiety is not knowing when or how to start a student athlete's recruitment. Parents seem to feel the clock ticking more for their student athlete. Some feel that their athlete's success in youth sports or in junior high will guarantee a path to play in college. This leads to the pressure of trying to get early exposure, like I talked about earlier. Recruit Me suggests for most potential student athletes to start as you enter your freshman year of high school. This is when your GPA starts, and planning your academics for the next 4 years will be a big factor in your college future. You can meet with your high school guidance counselor and let them know that you are interested in playing your sport in college, and that can help you down the road on scheduling classes and watching your grades. Also start educating yourself, you the student athlete and you the parents, on recruiting and on colleges and on college sports. Most people feel recruiting starts when you get attention from college coaches. I feel it starts before that. Now, no matter where you are in high school, grades and education need to be worked on. Even if you are already getting college coaches' attention, get your grades in order and start on your parameters list, your college school list, and your college research worksheet. Send me an email at brent@recruit-me.com and request these 3 worksheets. I'll send them to you for free. You can get these free worksheets plus the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship and much more by getting the Recruit Me 3.0 athletic scholarship system for only $39 on the recruit-me.com website. Anxiety can set in if you are waiting on college coaches to just find you, or if you are waiting for your high school or club coach to help you. Recruit Me will help you to take charge of your recruitment by teaching you to recruit colleges to recruit you. Recruit Me teaches you to prepare to contact college coaches that you are interested in by researching, by writing an impactful introductory email and player profile, and providing a personalized recruiting questionnaire. Then you take the wheel by having a plan on who and when you contact college coaches. Like I have said many times, that you can't just hope college coaches find you. It does happen, but it is more rare than it is perceived online or on TV. Reduce your stress by being prepared and by marketing yourself to colleges that fit your parameters. Another anxiety causer is how to get exposure to college coaches. The stress of picking the right ID or prospect camps, or playing for the right club, or playing in the right tournaments is real. Again, doing research on camps that you are going to and understanding the kind of camp it is can help reduce your anxiety. Not only getting a feel for camps and tournaments will help you, but also knowing when to go to them and when to expect exposure to become important and more prominent will be a positive. Recruit Me encourages you to put together a player profile and keep it updated continually. The player profile completely filled out with college-level appropriate and impressive player information. When your competitive level is high, your stats and your metrics are solid, and you are getting good athletic and academic accolades and grades, then you are ready to send your introductory email, your player profile, your recruiting questionnaire, and your videos to college coaches on your list. With your player profile ready, then you should be ready to go to camps and showcases at colleges or near colleges that you are interested in. Not that camps and showcases work for everyone, in every sport, or at every level. But both of my sons had success getting offers and exposure at showcases and camps that they had targeted with schools that they felt that were right fits for them. Both of them invited specific coaches to watch them at showcases, and both made sure the college coaches knew who they were when they were visiting a camp on campus. By chasing exposure too early, or just hoping a college coach sees you and notices you, is a great cause of anxiety in recruiting. Don't worry about exposure until you are ready to impress a college coach. Don't go to big D1 camps until you go to some other level camps, junior college, NAIA, NCAA Division III, or Division II, or even mid-major type of D1 camps. You have to work your way up the ladder. You can't just start at the top. If you do try to start at the top, you'll feel like you are just settling for a lower level. College sports are hard at all levels. With the transfer portal, you can earn your way up the ladder. Again, make sure coaches know that you are attending their camp. Also, know when and where college coaches can contact you. Expecting exposure and expecting contacts before college coaches are looking for your grad class causes a great deal of anxiety. Many families worry and wonder why college coaches are not at their tournaments, or they are not contacting them when Johnny goes 10 for 15 with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 8 RBI in a 3-game tournament, and is the tournament MVP. Or Jessica is not getting calls when she scores 3 goals in the tournament championship match against the number 1 seeded team. Well, if coaches are not recruiting the freshman or sophomore classes, then they don't attend those tournaments for that age. Upper-level Division I recruits earlier than mid-majors, Division II and NCAA Division III and NAIA. If coaches are there, they may be at older athletes' fields or courts, or they are just watching a specific player that is on their radar, the one that has contacted them. There are recruiting contact rules and times that, especially the NCAA Division I coaches, have to adhere to. Go to ncaa.org to see your sports recruiting calendar. Don't wait by the phone if coaches can't even contact you according to the NCAA rules. You don't have to know all of the recruiting rules and regulations, but do be familiar with your sports recruiting calendar. Another thought on causes of anxiety. Coaches that you have contacted are not showing up to watch or not contacting you back. Again, contacting coaches too early may be a reason. That is why Recruit Me recommends that you use your early years of high school to prep and prepare for the right time to get recruited. Every potential student-athlete's journey will be a little different. Like I said earlier, if there are 1,000 potential student-athletes, then there will be 1,000 different recruiting journeys. Build a good foundation for your recruitment. Then be ready when your time comes. Remember, we use the player profile as an indicator of your readiness to contact college coaches. But if coaches do contact you, then you will also need to be ready. Just like in your sport, when you do the basics, the fundamentals, then your performance in the game will be better. Timing in recruiting is a big factor. Another reason, especially during the high school season, would be that the college coaches are in their season of play and just don't have the time or can't travel to see you. Major D1 programs in certain sports, like football and basketball, may be able to afford the travel, but most colleges don't have the staff or the money to travel much. Letting coaches know that you are interested in their sports program makes their job easier, both time-wise and money-wise. Remember, recruit colleges to recruit you. Reduce anxiety by getting help. RecruitMe thinks by educating yourself, you will realize that you can build a recruiting team to help you and your family without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars to get what is perceived as recruiting help in a recruiting service. Recruiting should be very hands-on for the potential student-athlete and the family. Waiting for a recruiting service or a club or a high school coach to do all your contacting of colleges may feel less stressful, but really you will be stressing about who they are contacting and if they are the right kinds of contacts and colleges to fit you. RecruitMe encourages you to do the work and also to build a recruiting team. A team with your family, your high school and club coaches, trainers, teachers and administrators, guidance counselors, ex-college athletes, and current college athletes. On Facebook, in the RecruitMe Athletic account, or on X at RecruitMe13, I have been putting a short weekly recruiting tip. Last week was week 30, and it said, when I work with sports clubs and organizations, and RecruitMe's goal is for the athlete to be able to take a solid research list of 15 to 20 colleges to the club or organization coach or coaches. Sitting down with your coaches with this list and using their contacts and expertise can be key to your recruiting success. Look up RecruitMe on Facebook and X for the next 20-some weekly recruiting tips. That covers some of the anxiety causers and how RecruitMe helps you to reduce recruiting anxieties. I know there are more stresses that I covered. If you have worries or if you have experienced a recruiting anxiety that I didn't cover, then email me with your stress. Email me, brent@recruit-me.com. Since it is a new year, here is a reintroduction of me and RecruitMe. Like the introduction said, my name is Brent Hanks, and I'm the host of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast and the owner and CEO of RecruitMe, LLC, an athletic recruiting education company. I'm also the father of 2 college athletes. One, Parker, has graduated and finished his 4-year college career as a pitcher for the Northwestern Wildcats baseball team. Parker played for the Wildcats from 2018 to 2022 and had a great 4 years both athletically and academically. But his career had a few bumps. He battled through injury, the COVID pandemic, and a coaching change. Sutton, my younger son, is an outfielder for an NAIA school, the Columbia College Cougars in Columbia, Missouri. Sutton is a junior and headed back to start practice and school on January 6th, and his games will start, hopefully, weather permitting, on February 2nd. I bought RecruitMe back in 2022 as I wanted to share what we as a family learned as Parker got recruited and as Sutton was starting his journey. We had 2 totally different recruiting journeys in our family, and as I researched recruiting, talk to athletes and their families, I feel and say over and over again, if there are 1,000 student athletes, there will be 1,000 different recruiting journeys. So I just wanted to help. RecruitMe's cornerstone is the RecruitMe 3.0 athletic scholarship system. But RecruitMe doesn't just have the RecruitMe 3.0 system. RecruitMe also has the free athletic scholarship podcast, the free RecruitMe Power Pack, and the free RecruitMe monthly newsletter. The free RecruitMe monthly newsletter provides you with recruiting tips and advice from RecruitMe, from guests of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, and from social media posts. The free RecruitMe Power Pack gives you the first steps to an athletic scholarship, an audio file on how to use video, and a player profile template. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast has over 400 15-minute episodes with subjects like what to do each year of high school, how to build a recruiting team, official and unofficial visits, how to do research on colleges, interviews with college athletes, parents of college athletes, college coaches, and even mental fitness coaches. There are many episodes about the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship. Step 1, choose the right schools to contact. Step 2, write a great introductory email. Step 3, create your one-page player profile. Step 4, build your recruiting questionnaire. Step 5, track your communications. Step 6, send one-page or paragraph updates. And Step 7, make your school choice wisely. Those 7 steps are highlighted in the RecruitMe 3.0 athletic scholarship system that you can get on the recruit-me.com website for only $39. I'm looking forward to the new 2025 year. There are a lot of changes in college sports, and Recruit Me and the Athletic Scholarship Podcast will be covering the effects of these changes. But I want you to know that the majority of recruits need to exercise the basics and the fundamentals, and the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship. You may feel that you are not in that majority, especially early in your recruitment, but the chances you end up in that majority that needs the basics of recruiting and that ends up not being a 5-star shoe-in recruit is high. Please like or subscribe to the Athletic Scholarship Podcast on your favorite podcast app, or put it on your calendar to listen every Tuesday on the recruit-me.com website. Also, if you can, give the Athletic Scholarship Podcast a 5-star review. If you have any questions or comments about recruiting, you can email me, Brent at recruit-me.com. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.